Drinking buddies, we got the newest batch of Bookers. This is the Springfield batch 2024-01, but is it good? Let's find out.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies, so this batch is the Springfield batch 2024-01. It is 7 years, 7 months, 8 days old, 124.5 proof. Yes, that is 62.25% alcohol by volume. Is it good? We got to find out. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and consider becoming a channel member. Link in the description down below. Got a lot of perks going on over there. All right, let's see. Definitely caramel hits me right off the bat. Subtle apple thing, caramel apple. Subtle peanut, light peanut, brown sugar. No oak on the nose. No noticeable oak on the nose. About 7 years old. I mean, you shouldn't have too much oak, but... Oh, shortbread cookie. There's a lot going on here on the nose. I could keep going. That is pretty darn good. There's a really prevalent apple pie thing here where it's like pie crust and apples and caramel and yeah, definitely all there. There's a subtle nutty thing, but it is not huge. It is very subtle. Slight cherry, but very subtle. Brown sugar, bourbon vanilla, and apple seem to be the most prominent things going on here. There is a very, very subtle, it's subtle. There's a very subtle sour oak thing that I could see some people finding off-putting. I don't get it every time I go in, but it is there. That's not a note for everyone. The Apprentice batch had a lot of that, and a lot of people hated the Apprentice batch. I liked the Apprentice batch, but I would admit that it was the worst batch of last year. I dig this. I think this is a really good batch, but I'm letting you guys know that that is something that is there. We got to talk finish. I'm not letting it finish because I just keep going in for more because I do really dig it. Bookers and I do have a very complicated relationship because it's my first barrel proof bourbon. It's the barrel proof bourbon that made me fall in love with barrel proof bourbon. Back in 2020, I got the Boston batch, and everything changed from there. This channel was mostly cocktails until that point. And I got that bottle, and I'm like, okay, we got to review way more whiskey because there's way more going on here in whiskey than I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying the whiskey way more than I'm enjoying the cocktails at that point. And so, therefore, I love Bookers for that reason. It's just got a special place in my heart. Now, few caveats here. This is a $100 bottle. Is Booker's worth $100? Sometimes. Mighty Fine. Mighty Fine was worth $100. Storyteller, you could argue, was probably worth $100. But they also make Knob Creek single barrel store picks that are about $60. And they're almost just as good. Sometimes they're better. There's Nana's pick with Chasing Bourbon. So there's a Nana's pick with Chasing Bourbon. This pick is pretty much just as good as most Bookers for me. I'm going to say, if you don't already own a Booker's and you see this one and you're like getting into bourbon, you're new to bourbon, or maybe you've been into bourbon for 10 years and you've just never bought a Booker's, buy a freaking Booker's, guys. If you don't own a Booker's, buy this one. If you already own a Booker's and you have a few open like I do, this one might be a pass. I buy at least one a year because I love Booker's. This would be a buy for me. When I tasted it at Nana's, I go, yeah, this is really good. So this is my second taste, admittingly, but I had already paid for it when I did taste it. But it's a great caramel apple thing here. Little, like I said, subtle sour oak thing it's not overtaking. It's something that's there, so I should admit it's there. Anyway, drinking buddies, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys. I couldn't do this without you. Every time you guys like the videos, every time you guys subscribe to the channel, you make this thing possible. Cheers. We'll see you on the next one.
I'm your drinking buddy.